Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the AJTRIP's movie review, Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, spoiler alert: there will be spoilers in this review, so if you don't want any spoilers, but you want to know where I found out about it, go ahead and just hit the mute button and move like the little cursor all the way down towards the end until you see some stars appear. Because I give my rating in the star form, and stars will appear, and then you can get the rating of that one, and whether or not you want to know if you're going to see it or not. But otherwise, here we go. Deadpool and Wolverine, the third movie of the Deadpool franchise, the first of the MCU, the first R-rated movie in the MCU as well. I had a lot of fun at this show. I really did. I enjoyed what went down. I enjoyed the scenes that were happening in this movie. I thought this was great. Um, the usual craziness from the Deadpool, the breaking of the fourth walls and everything like that. I was very, very entertained and enjoyed what I saw. Um, like the first intro of into the movie is just incredible. We get a fight scene to Instincts by Deadpool, so it's incredible. Here's the plot. The plot is that Deadpool's world is going to pieces because they lost the, I forget what they called it, but it's like the human beacon that keeps the timeline great. They lost it. That person was impeccably it was impressively Logan, the Wolverine. When he died, it caused the timeline to dissipate and start to deteriorate, and at some point it is going to destroy each other. It's going to destroy it. They talked about, they mentioned at the thing that it was probably going to be about, 3 or 4, 2,000 so years, but he wasn't, the guy that kind of one of the villains of the movie wasn't going to take that long, so he created a time ripper, would make it quicker and would make it, go into make it go quicker. So he went ahead and he went to he's they got Deadpool and they went and the TVA. He's kind of a villain. He's a member of the TVA, if you may remember from the Loki series. The TVA, the Time Association, they do other things with the timelines to try to keep the timelines in order. So that's who he quote unquote works for. And him and his cronies, they get Deadpool and they want to, have Deadpool and send him to another, universe so that he would, be a part of that to basically save him. But he would have to sacrifice his own universe. So they went there and so he went looking for Logan, and he's and then that's when we go back to the beginning when he was digging up Logan and actually because Logan can't die, but he did die, and they found his skeleton and this abdominal skeleton and everything like that, and he was using his claws when he was fighting members of the TVA, so they did all of that. Um, yeah, but one of the things that they also did was that when they was going back, they went back to like 2018 because apparently, I guess, because him and his girlfriend, who's played by Morena Baccarin, you may know her from the Batman TV show. She was like the Commissioner Gordon's love interest in that movie. She was like one of the where she was maybe the ME on the show or something like that. Um, in real life, I think the guy who played Commissioner Gordon and her, I think they're real life husband and wife. So anyway, so like they went back and they kind of showed that he was trying to become an Avenger because he wanted to win her back. As we saw later on in the movie that that's the reason why he wanted to do all. He wanted to become a Avenger and stuff like that because she was talking about she wanted him to be more, do something more for the world and everything like that. So we get that flashback. It's a funny little bit with him and Jon Favreau's in it. A lot of cameos in this movie as well, very funny. And then like the guy from Deadpool 2, if you remember, one of the funniest things, a part of Deadpool 2 is that he's, when Deadpool puts together the team, he has this one guy, he's Peter. He's got no special powers, he's just Peter. Remember he jumps out of the plane and he's like this. So Peter is back in this movie and he is um helping Wade trying to, get back into life. He's got a toupee on and everything like that. So you get all of that mess. And so, so then when we get back to it and everything like that, he uses one of the TVA things, and he tries to go and find Logan. And you find all of these different Wolverines and all of these different Earths. And all of them whoop his ass. And we get another great cameo where he gets to one Earth, and it's in one multiverse, and this is the multiverse saga, or maybe it isn't. Maybe according to this one, maybe the multiverse saga is over. We have to wait and see. There was no jokes about Kang or anything like that, at least from what I knew about it. But there was some other jokes as well. But he goes to things, and on one Earth, X-Men, Wolverine is Henry Cavill, which is again just like the Doctor Strange movie. The fans have wanted John Krasinski to play Mr. Fantastic. Some of the fans have been maybe thinking they wanted to have Henry Cavill play Wolverine, and Henry Cavill was that he was playing Wolverine on one of the Earths. So that was great. But it gets to one Earth where Logan, again played by Hugh Jackman, he's basically a drunk, and he's really drunk because he let all the X-Men die. As we find out later on in the movie, he wasn't there for all the X-Men, and when he got back to him, he ended up dead. So, and he's depressed about that. So, Deadpool takes the drunken Logan to the TVA dude and says, here's your Logan. We can save my world. And he's not wanting to do that. He wants to turn, and he takes that stick and he sends both Deadpool and Logan to the Void. And in the Void we meet our first major cameo. No, actually, I guess Henry Cavill would have been the first one. Our second major cameo is Chris Evans, and it's not who you think it is. It isn't Captain America Chris Evans. It's Johnny Storm Chris Evans. So we get that, and then they get surrounded by some goons, things like that, Toad and Pyro and things like that from the X-Men comics, and Sabretooth and Juggernaut, and they get captured and taken back after Wolverine decapitates Sabretooth. So they get taken back, and they meet this woman, Cassandra Nova. Now, when you see it, she rose up in a wheelchair, and she's bald headed, and Wade makes the joke, Deadpool makes the joke about, oh no, the fans aren't gonna like this. A bald headed Charles Xavier, a bald headed female Charles Xavier. Oh no, the woke mob is gonna kill you. Making fun of all of the woke mob bullshit that you see from all of these idiots online. So that was a cool joke, and then there's this thing where Deadpool is just telling on Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm he's saying all these things that he said about this Cassandra Nova person and things like that. So also Cassandra Nova just kind of just sips and takes all of his skin away, and he drops like nothing to like bones. It's almost like something from Mortal Kombat. Something from Mortal Kombat. I think that would happen. That's one of the Mortal Kombats. You know, someone like does like is able to like suck the skin off somebody, and then the bones drop and everything. That's it's kind of like that. She claims to be the sister of Charles Xavier, but the long lost sister. But the TVA sent her to the void because they guess for some reason they didn't need her or whatever. Um, and so they've taken out Johnny Storm, but Wolverine and Deadpool they're able to escape, and they go to a place where it's another Deadpool. It's another Deadpool. It's played by Ryan Reynolds. So he has long hair and a ponytail, and he's still like the over hype active talker, but just in a different way. He doesn't have the sarcasm and the snark that Deadpool has. He's another. He calls himself Nice Pool. So there's a whole bunch of other things in there. So they put the car, and there's apparently there are other people in the void who are hiding from Kenneth Snow because there's apparently they killed something. You know, he killed a lot of the others. So, and we get to there, and then Deadpool and Wolverine have a fight. It's the second fight. They had a fight in the void before Chris Evans showed up. But then they have another fight in the car, and they're fighting, you know, because Deadpool said that it could, he said if they could, bring back, Logan's world, and then but Logan said he promised them that they would, and so they had another fight. And they're in this Honda car or something like that. And then I guess they fought each other so much that they tired themselves out. And someone goes up, takes the car, and drives them to a place and leaves them in like a cave. And Deadpool wakes up and he wants to know what's happening. And already, Wolverine is already he's drinking a bottle of Jim Beam, I think. Jim Beam, and then they hear someone coming, so Deadpool takes out one of his swords and takes it, and it's stopped by a sigh, and it's Elektra, Jennifer Garner, and Deadpool, he's freaking out because obviously breaking the fourth wall because of this, and and then who comes next? It's Wesley Snipes as Blade comes, and then it's Channing Tatum as Gambit in his full Gambit costume. Now I can't remember what it was. I can't remember if like Gambit was. I guess if I'm thinking back right now, I'm, I'm thinking that maybe there was supposed to be a Gambit movie or a Gambit TV show or something like that. There would be something. I guess it's supposed to be played by Channing Tatum. It's very loosely remembered in my mind, but it's Channing Tatum, and he's got this thick and hilarious Louisiana accent, that you can barely understand. and I guess, that just makes it even better and even funnier because it's just something. And Deadpool's like, "What the fuck are you saying?" So they come out, and then the person who drove them there is the X-23. Apparently, this is the little girl from the Logan movie. Now, I never saw the Logan movie. I saw the X-Men Origin Wolverine movie. I saw, I think I might have saw. I think there was a second Wolverine movie. I think I may have saw that one. I don't remember what that one is. But that's the one when Wolverine was like in Japan. Uh, and he was with the girl and everything like that. And I believe they were in Japan. But I saw that one. I know that one. And then this one was a Logan movie. And I didn't see that one. But we all know he died, and he died protecting the little girl who was X-23, and now she's grown up. It's the same actress because they did like at the end of the movie they did like things and showed it and everything, and you can see that it's the same actress. Just she's just not grown up. Um, and so they talk about that, and then they get together and they talk about you know they were sent to the void because their Earths were destroyed. They were sent to the void by the TVA. So then they combine and make a team, and then they team up to go back to the Cassandra Nova to try to get Logan and Deadpool back to Deadpool's timeline. And they go and the fight scene is really good. It's great. It was great to see Gambit charge the cards up and throw the cards and everything like that. That was great. Um, Blade, Jesse Snipes, he was still doing stuff. Obviously, he's an older person now, so he wasn't doing some of the stuff that he could probably do back in his younger days, but he was still kicking ass. Alexa was good. The little girl, X-23, she was good as well. And so they were trying to do something where they were trying to get to Cassandra, and it was about the Juggernaut's helmet. The Juggernaut's helmet is protected. It protects him from Charles Xavier because Juggernaut is also I believe he's the half brother of Charles Xavier, which will make him the half brother of Cassandra Nova. Because apparently Charles Xavier and Cassandra Nova were twins, and they were in the same womb. So, they're able to get Juggernaut's helmet and put it on Cassandra, but they can't get him back to the country. They can't get him back to the place where they need to be because she needs to do it with her head. But Logan talks to her, and it's the moment that you see in a lot of superhero movies, things like that, where the superhero talks to one of the supervillains and says, to change their mind and to do something good, and so she does. And I should also say this: Pyro, is told by the Paradox. That's the name of the guy in the TVA. He's told to slap, no, not slap, to kill her. And she shoots her a couple times, but Logan stops her. Logan stops him. So in requite for saving her life, she's going to send him to the room, and apparently she talks about how there's someone came by, a few weeks ago or 2 months ago, something like that, and he was a wizard, and he was able to do all this. She killed him, but she had a thing, and it's the thing that you see Doctor Strange do, where she can do this and open up the world. So it was a Doctor Strange variant, I guess. I don't think like the Doctor Strange from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I don't think she killed him, but I think it's another Doctor Strange variant. So she took his little thing and took the thing. So she's opened up a portal for Wolverine and Deadpool to jump to the new place, and so they do, and they go back to the old place. But then she talks to Pyro, talks about why did this, and Pyro tells him that the Paradox told him to kill her, and so she goes and she opens up a portal to go to to get Paradox, and she's not only going to destroy Deadpool, but she's going to destroy everywhere in the world for having Paradox try to kill him. And to try to hold off Deadpool and Wolverine, she brings all of the Deadpools from the void. Because when they met the other Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, he mentioned that there's a bunch of Deadpools in the void. And that's where we saw one of the trailers. We saw Lady Deadpool, and there's many other Deadpools. It's what does that really remind you of? It's like the Spider-Mans, right? Remember, like all those things. Like there's a Spider-Man, and there's like there's one that's a Spider Pig, and then there's a female Spider-Man and the Spider-Man in the war. It was kind of just like that, where it was like Deadpool and there was a Deadpool baby and things like that. And we saw in one of the trailers Lady Deadpool. And many people thought that maybe Lady Deadpool would be played by Blake Lively. Well, here's the thing. You know, it could have been played by Blake Lively. There was rumors that Taylor Swift was in this movie. It could have been played by Taylor Swift. You know, but we don't know because the mask never came off of Lady Deadpool. So we don't know who she was. It could have it more than likely was just a regular old stunt woman. You know, so that's just who it was. So they went ahead and they fought all of the Deadpools and everything like that, and they tried to kill them all because you know, so they did that because the Ryan Reynolds, the other Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, gets shot at and killed, and he doesn't have the regeneration healing factor that he does. So so Wolverine and Deadpool think that maybe the other ones have, but they do, and so they get up and they get ready to attack, you know, Logan and Deadpool once again until Peter Pool or Dead Peter, whoever you want to call, comes out, and everybody's just like, you can't do it. They're with me, and all of Deadpool start jumping around Peter Pool, and it's just again, it's like the greatest fucking thing. And this man is just insane. Peter needs his own fucking movie. Oh, Peter needs a Peter needs a Disney Plus show. You know, maybe 2 or 3 episodes just to figure out what the fuck does he do other than sell cars. What kind of actually kind of hero is he? Anyway, go down there to stop it, and they try to figure out how to stop it. And the Paradox says, you know, because Cassandra Nova is starting to do this, and they say that, you know, you have to try to bring out the matter and the antimatter and put them together to stop it. That's how you would stop it. So they get down there and they do the thing again where, you know, they kind of do the thing that again you see in all those superhero movies talking about, you know, and it's the good part feeling of the movie, where they're gonna, you know, sacrifice for the betterment of the good of the world. And so, you know, first Wade says he's gonna do it, and then Logan says, no, this is your world. You belong here. I don't. I'm gonna do it. And Deadpool's like, you know, he thinks he's gonna let him do it, but he didn't, knocks him around and do like that, and then gets it and locks it and says, no, this is on me. I'm gonna do it. And so then he starts fucking around with him and everything like that. So he gets in there and he's got a hold of one. He's trying to get to the other one, and he can't get it in time. But all the while, Logan is trying to get into the room with the door and everything like that, because he apparently locked the door. And then finally, he does break through. I guess we don't see it, but because just as the meter is counting down to the destruction of the timeline of the world, he grabs onto Deadpool's hand, sticks the claw, it sticks it into the other one, and so the antimatter can be fused with the matter. And of course, obviously, the shirt comes off, and you see Hugh Jackman just ripped as hell, and Deadpool's later like, motherfucker. And so then everything happens. The time Ripper is destroyed. Cassandra is destroyed, and you kind of think maybe Deadpool and Wolverine are destroyed. The other members of the TVA have found this out. They confront Paradox. Paradox makes it seem like that he had he had nothing to do with this, and his Deadpool and Wolverine are the heroes. They sacrifice themselves. He's sad about it, and then they come walking out, and they can't believe it, and it's just amazing. And yeah, everything like that. They take him away. They were getting ready to once again put Deadpool and Wolverine into the void when fucking Peter comes back and stops him, and then the guy and the woman, it's the black woman from the TVA from the Loki show. You remember there's a black woman who's, you know, who like she was like one of the helpers, and she was like one of the main characters of that movie, and she would always, you know, it was her, and and she's in love with Peter. She hearing nothing nobody else says, but she's in love with Peter. And Peter tells him Deadpool, he's from this earth. He just needs to stay here. And they try to figure out what Logan can do, and she makes a great point that Logan's past, the stuff that happened in his world, in his past, is the reason is what makes him the hero today. And that's typical comic book stuff, and it's beautiful and it's brilliant and it's chef's kiss. And so at the end of the movie, they end up, obviously Deadpool will end up being good friends, close buddies. They even one point they're in a party where Logan is there with X-23, because one of the things he wanted to know if they could get some of the friends back. So he wanted to bring back Elektra and Blade and Gambit and X-23 from the void back into his world. We see X-23. We don't know about the other three, so who knows? The new movie X-23 is sitting with Wolverine, Logan, and Deadpool is sitting next to his girlfriend, and he says that he did this for you, he did this for you, and there's a little thing where he set his hand there, and they put his hand top of her hand, and we feel like that. So, very good movie. Very good ending. During the credits, we get a highlight package set to it's not Blink 182. Green Day. Set to Green Day's Good Riddance, Time of Your Life. From all of the Fox movies, some of the stuff like that. Some of the interviews that Ryan Reynolds did, Hugh Jackman did. Some of the stuff from all of the X-Men movies and Deadpool movies and some of the other movies that were done by 20th Century Fox. I think Elektra and Daredevil were both 20th Century Fox, so they show some stuff from there as well. So they sent it out, you know, basically thanking Fox for what they did for the movies in the past, and I think that was a good shot, but not only by Ryan Reynolds and those, but for Marvel and Disney in general, because they probably didn't need to do that, but they did. So really good stuff. There's a post-credit scene, but it's a really indicative one. So it's Deadpool. He's like, I'm so sick and tired of saying that I get Johnny Storm killed. So he brings back the replay, and it's showing that everything he told Cassandra, Johnny Storm said, Johnny Storm is saying it in proof. So it's very funny, and ain't nothing showing in the future, but it is an absolutely a very good and very funny post-credit scene. And that's it. The movie was over. Great movie. What can I say? Apparently, what we have next now is Captain America 4: A Brave New World. That's for February 2025. And yeah, there are some things that are just like amazing. I think one thing I need to do is, I think one of my next videos is, I think I also need to do The World According to Me, and I need to talk about the MCU. And it needs to be another simulcast of, you know, this, not only this, but also audio and a podcast. So I think that's something that I need to do. I do need to talk about the MCU, where it's headed, where it's going, all the changes and everything like that, and what I think about that, and why is it changing, and other things like that. But anyway, Deadpool and Wolverine. Again, I had a fun time. I enjoyed the cameos. I enjoyed the stuff. I loved it. Definitely some very good laugh out loud moments. The music in this movie is fire, for me. because they're doing everything. It's every genre, everything. We're hitting Montel Jordan, Green Day, NSYNC, Madonna. That the fight scene between Wolverine and Deadpool and all the other Deadpools is set to Madonna's "Like a Prayer." It's fantastic. It's incredible. So the music on this was fire. The soundtrack, if you can, I don't know if they like sell soundtracks anymore, but if you, I would say go ahead and try to find the soundtrack for Deadpool and Wolverine 3. But this movie I thought was great. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Um, I think this was a good start. If there is like a reboot, and this is supposed to be the start of the reboot of the MCU, this was a fantastic start for it, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next. I'm gonna give it 4.25 star. Very good. I think there are some other pieces. There are a few parts that maybe didn't make sense. You couldn't connect it, and things like that. Or I think they would have had a better job of connecting those parts. Those subtle parts in part of the movie. So, um, like for instance, um, why are Sabretooth, and Sabretooth and Toad and and Pyro, why are they down there in the void? Now, I was so we know they're in the void because they were part of the Fox, they're part of the Fox X-Men franchise. But what did they do to be put down there? So that's what I would like. And there's some other things that I wish they would have connected better, and things like that. There's one part I kind of wish they just wouldn't have done at all. Um, and that was like the very first fight scene. If you're gonna have a second fight scene when them fighting in that fucking Honda Civic, you really didn't need the first fight scene. And I would say this. I'm also I'm probably an old man, so the violence and the blood and everything like that probably a little bit too much for me, maybe too much for like that. But still, it's otherwise it's a great movie. So this is just a little picks in there. So 4.25 star. All right, guys, post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of my review. What did you guys think of Deadpool and Wolverine? If you saw it, post it again. Post it down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be on the lookout for that MCU thing that drop. I am going to do that. I'm going to make sure after I finish with this, I'm going to set it up so that in the future, in August, I will be talking about the MCU on one of my podcasts. So on my The Word According to Me podcast. So click the notification bell so that you can get that video and many other videos there. If you're new here and you're just watching this, you saw it pop up somewhere and you're watching this, yes. Not only should you like this video, subscribe to my channel, but also click the notification bell because I do so much other stuff in here. You're a big wrestling fan? I do wrestling as well. I do reactions, I do Try Not to Laughs, I do movie reviews, video game reviews. I do it all. So this is a one-stop shop, right? That's how it is. One-stop shop. It's either one-stop stop or one-stop shop. Either way, what you want, what you are into, you probably could find here on this channel. So make sure you again like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I'm out.